Hi guys, today we will be making the scented lavender heart, so stay tuned and don't forget to check the description box for all the items you'll need. Okay, so with our purple DK yarn and our 3.5mm hook, let's start row 1. So we're going to slip knot onto our hook and then we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now into the second chain from hook we're going to do 1 single crochet and then we're going to do 1 single crochet in all the other chains, so we'll have 3 single crochets at the end of this row. Then chain 1 and turn our work. For row 2 we're going to do a single crochet increase into the first stitch, so 2 single crochets into the first stitch, 1 and 2. Then we're going to single crochet across 1 stitch and we're going to do a single crochet increase into the last stitch again, so another 2 single crochets into the last stitch, 1 and 2, and then chain 1 and turn our work. For row 3 we're going to begin with another single crochet increase in our first stitch, so 2 single crochets into the first stitch, then we're going to single crochet 3, and into the last stitch we're going to do another increase, so 2 single crochets into our last stitch, chain 1 and turn. Row 4 is another increase round, so increase into the first stitch, single crochet across and increase again into the last stitch, chain 1 and turn. Row 5 is another increase round, so increase in the first and last stitch and single crochet across all the remaining stitches, chain 1 and turn. For row 6 we're going to have a tiny break from increasing and we're just going to single crochet across all stitches, so 11 single crochets, chain 1 and turn. For row 7 we're back to our increases, so we're going to increase in our first stitch, single crochet all the way to the last stitch and do 2 single crochets into the last stitch, chain 1 and turn. We're going to repeat this row 2 more times, so we're going to increase until we get to 17 stitches. Now that we have our 17 stitches, the next row will just be a single crochet across, so 17 single crochets, chain 1 and turn. Row 11 is another increase round, so we're going to increase from 17 stitches to 19, chain 1 and turn, and then row 12 is single crochet across, so we're going to single crochet back across all them 19 stitches without increasing. Row 13 is another increase row, increasing from 19 to 21 stitches by doing 2 single crochets into the first and last stitch of the row, followed by row 14, which is a single crochet across row with no increases. The bottom of our heart is now complete and it's time to begin our right lobe. So I'm going to single crochet across 10 stitches. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Then we're going to chain 1 and turn. We are going to begin row 16 with a decrease, so we're going to single crochet the first 2 stitches together. Now we're going to single crochet across the next 6 stitches. So that's 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Then we're going to decrease the last 2 stitches, so we're going to single crochet them together as well. Then we're going to chain 1 and turn. For row 17 we're going to single crochet 2 together again at the very beginning. Then we're going to single crochet 4 stitches, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then we're going to single crochet the last 2 stitches together. Chain 1 and turn. For row 18 we're going to single crochet 2 together again, single crochet 2, then single crochet the last 2 stitches together, chain 1 and turn, and for our last round we're going to single crochet the first 2 stitches together and then single crochet the last 2 stitches together. Then we can fasten off because the right side of our heart is done. Now onto the left lobe of our heart. So with our yarn I am going to slip knot onto my hook, and onto the opposite side of the lobe we've just made I'm going to insert my hook into the first stitch. I'm now going to yarn over and pull through. Then I'm going to yarn over and pull through both loops on the hook. So I've done my first single crochet whilst attaching the yarn. I'm now going to single crochet across the next 9 stitches. Then chain 1 and turn our work. We're now going to repeat what we did for our right lobe, beginning with a single crochet 2 together for the first stitches. Now we're going to single crochet 6 stitches, 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Then we can single crochet the last 2 stitches together. Remember that our joining stitch is classed as a single crochet. Chain 1 and turn. Now for row 22, single crochet the first 2 stitches together, single crochet 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4, single crochet the last 2 stitches together, chain 1 and turn. We're going to single crochet the first 2 stitches together again, single crochet 2, single crochet the last 2 stitches together, chain 1, turn, and now our last round we're going to single crochet the first 2 stitches together, and then single crochet the last 2 stitches together. Now we can fasten off, and one side of our heart is complete. So now you need to go away and do this all over again to create 2. And I'll meet you back here when that's done, and we will add our lavender scent and we'll attach these 2 pieces together. It's now time to attach these 2 hearts together. So if we pick up the right side of our first heart, I'm going to insert my hook into the centre stitch between the lobes. I'm then going to pick up the second heart and I'm going to insert my hook through the centre stitch of that heart. I'm then going to grab my yarn, pull it through both stitches and tie a knot to secure. So make sure that both wrong sides of both of your hearts, or the side that you want inside your heart, are touching. So I'm now going to reinsert my hook into the stitch and pull up a loop. Then chain 1 to begin. We're now going to single crochet all the edges of the hearts together. So I'm going to go through 1 stitch of the first heart, 1 stitch of the second heart, and do a single crochet. And I'm going to do that all the way around my heart. And every now and then I'm going to do 2 single crochets into the same space, and this will allow us to turn the work. So when we get to a corner, like on the lobes of the heart, in some of the spaces you're going to want to do 2 single crochet into the same stitch. And this will help you to manoeuvre around the curve of the lobe in a much neater way. As you can see, whilst I'm going, I'm also trying to crochet or weave in all the ends from around the heart. And before I seal the heart up at the very end, I'm going to push all these ends into the centre of the heart so that we have no ends to weave in. And now we're getting close to the bottom of the heart, so to the peak. I'm going to push all the ends in that I've finished off with so far, and into the very bottom stitch I'm going to do 4 single crochet, all into the same stitch. And this is going to allow us to turn right around the heart so that we can start working up the opposite side and around the second lobe. I'm now getting close to finishing off single crocheting the 2 hearts together, so I don't want to go any further because I want to leave a little hole or a little gap just so I can fit in all the stuffing and the lavender scent. So I've pulled up a loop in my yarn so I don't lose my place, and I'm stuffing all of these ends into the centre. And so now we've got our stuffing and our lavender sprigs. So luckily enough I have 2 huge lavender plants in my garden, so I went out and foraged some of the, I don't know, flowers as they're called, and I've put them into the centre of the stuffing, and then I can push all that stuffing into my heart. It'd probably be best if I let the lavender dry out before I did this, but it would have took too long. So make sure you stuff the stuffing into the heart to make it completely firm, and you want to get it right the way around into the lobe. And when you're happy that it's looking pretty cool, reinsert your hook, and we're going to finish off single crocheting the second lobe together. And when the hole is even smaller and the second lobe is taking shape, we're going to put a little bit more stuffing into this hole to shape the second lobe. And then we can finish closing this hole. And the last thing we need to do is to make a loop so that we can dangle this heart anywhere we want. We can put it in a wardrobe, keep the moths away, or dangle it on a door. So the last thing we want to do is to chain 20. And then slip stitch back into the initial stitch that we chained our chains from. Then we can fasten off our work and weave in our last tail. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you've seen Grumpy Cat knocking around, could you let me know in the description box what time it was, and if you're right, I'll send you this lovely lavender heart. First to guess the right answer wins. And other than that, I hope you have a lovely day, go and enjoy your crocheting, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye now!